Hi everyone, welcome back. It is a new month and you know what that means. We have a new exclusive bundle from Nails Truly & Co. and I could not be more excited about this one. And we're just going to pull off this little ribbon here, which by the way, it's a very satisfying part of this bundle. Everything from the attention to detail that Nails Truly brings into these bundles is just everything. And let's just say the first thing in here does not disappoint. How adorable is this little makeup bag for your purse? It is a Golden Girls theme bag. It's a very nostalgic bag mixed in with some tropical vibes. So right here, this bag is everything. It's the first clue to the bundle to just kind of ties in everything for me. So everything in the bundle can be found in that little bag. So we're going to dive right in. So the first thing in here, we have this adorable bracelet here. It has a little butterfly in it. Super cute, great for spring, great for summer. I love it so much. And then the next thing that we're going to be diving into, these are not candy. These are tablets that you can use for a pedicure, which I really love that about this. I think it's like a really awesome touch. And then the next thing in here, we have the 2 swatch sticks. So each exclusive bundle has 2 limited edition powders, and the powders, you're going to see them in action, are pretty fabulous. And then my favorite part right here, the cuticle oil. And that thing just flew right out at me. So it's called Get the Cheesecake. The cuticle oils from Nails Truly & Co. smell so good. This one did not disappoint either. I love the dropper on the bottle. It's a drier oil, so it does not leave your cuticles or your hands feeling greasy. It's a very fast absorbing, and I love the scent of this. It's definitely going to be my new go-to. And then the next thing in here, I know you're dying to see the dips and the decals. We have a pedicure set, so that's going to go with those little tabs. And then this is what the exclusive bundle is right here. It is called Thank You for Being a Friend. This is what's going to be inside your box when you order. And now we have the dips. So here are the 2 dip powders, and these colors right here are fantastic. They are great coordinating colors. We have this beautiful soft lilac lavender color with a beautiful shimmer, and then we have Picture It, which is just a beautiful rose quartz shimmer. It is everything, and the combination of these 2 colors alone is fantastic. All right, so the moment you've been waiting for, the decals. So here are the 8 sheets, and they are so fun. So they're very themed around the show, but yet they have a really special touch to them, and they have almost a tropical vibe as well. So you can use these for summer as well, or spring break. They're really fun, and I love those beautiful flowers. This one's really pretty as well. It has the macaroons, it has the teacups, it has those really just vintage flowers. They're really pretty. Here's a whole tropical vibe in itself. Like I said, they're just so fun. Even though it's a Golden Girls theme, it really just pulls in other elements to just kind of create other manis that you necessarily don't have to just do Golden Girls. You could tie in some really fun tropical elements. So those are the decal sheets for this month. So here's everything that is included in this bag. Also, if you do get this bag, you do get a special discount code that you can use throughout the month. Now let's get into the mani. We're going to create a set of press-ons today on the shape medium coffin, and we're going to pull in all these beautiful elements from this bag. We're going to be playing with the 2 exclusive dip powders that we're diving into right now, and we're also going to be pulling in 2 different sheets in this mani. So the purpose of this is I really want you to see how these powders perform, and you're going to be able to see before we apply the decals on the nail what this mani would look like without the decals. You kind of get best of both worlds, because this mani that we're creating right now looks fantastic, and it honestly does not need any decals because it's so beautiful on its own. So we are doing the gel method today, and check out that first coat. Very full coverage. The pigmentation is everything. The color is there. It's a very just beautiful rose quartz color with the perfect coverage and shimmer. So we are doing the gel method, so I'm doing a very thin layer of gel base. I like to start right underneath that cuticle and pull that product all the way down, and then I'll work it up. And then I will cure after we do the first coat of each dip powder today, and I just cure for a full 30 seconds. So when you are working with the gel method and you are dipping into that cupcake liner, just make sure you're having a very delicate hand, because that gel product is not cured, so it still can move around. Now we're diving into Fernando, and Fernando is the perfect lavender lilac color. These colors right here are perfect for any time of year, but they're definitely getting you ready for spring as well. So you got best of both worlds going on. but continuing the same formula that beautiful buttery velvety formula and the most like gorgeous coverage you're getting with that first coat. I am always so like in shock by the first coverage when I'm playing with Nails Trillium Co dip powders because they're just like a very magical experience. If you are not making press-ons and you are directly dipping into these powders, they are so like buttery, velvety, soft. It's a whole experience in itself, and I just love the coverage. They're very effortless dip powders, and they're very beginner friendly. If you are just dipping in or starting dipping, these are great powders to kind of dive into because you get that full opacity with the first dip, and you just get such a like a great amazing like coverage effect of it. So I feel like these are great beginner friendly dip powders, but that purple is everything. So here's what we're working with. We did leave that middle nail bare. I cured for 30 seconds. We're gonna dust off, and now we're going in with a second coat, and this is really when you're gonna see that color even become more rich in color. I will say I did debate for like a hot second here to kind of just leave it as one coat, but I was like, you know what, no, I'm gonna show you what it looks like with two dips so you can kind of see the difference of one dip versus two, because you know what, that's what we're here for. We're here to see these beautiful powders in action and kind of see the color difference. But since they are so full coverage, if you already have that structure built up, if you have builder gel or whatever enhancement that you use on your nail and you already have like that strength, or if you did a layer of clear over it, you could easily get away with one coat when you are working with these powders. So keep that in mind. If you really love your like very thin layers of dip powder, these are going to be your go-to. So you can see it's more rich in color, the two dips versus one. And then that first coat is just like a very just like lighter, but yet full coverage pink. So we're just finishing up this pink here. And that middle nail that you see that is bare, we're going to pull in the two colors together. We're going to do a little bit of an ombre action, but overall, so fun. All right, so let's sit back, dive into these beautiful powders, do that little ombre, and then I'll pop back in just a few moments.
Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Everyone always keep falling in love again. What's wrong with them? I don't understand. Maybe it will pass by, someone save me. Before I pass out, I'm too lonely to be done. I'ma drink at this page. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Ooh. Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy and you don't know. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? If I had an option to be someone else, I would.
All right, so we're just wrapping up that ombre here. I love the ombre transition and how we just have like these beautiful colors flowing together. Here's what the set looks like before we go ahead and do the decals. I love this just as it is right here. It's very simple, it's delicate, it's pulling in spring feels for me, and it has like the perfect shimmer to it. But this bundle would not be complete until we added a whole bunch of decals to this nail. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to apply a thin layer of gel base on the entire nail. I cured it for 30 seconds. Then I'm gonna go ahead with a lint-free alcohol wipe. This is just a pre-moistened one, and I'm gonna remove that tacky layer of that gel base that is on the nail after we cured. Because this is not a chunky glitter, it's a very thin application. I'm just gonna go ahead and buff and file directly on top of this layer of gel base that we did. It's just gonna go ahead and protect those very just fine shimmers in this powder. And if you're very heavy-handed or you're working with a chunky glitter, definitely go in after you cure that gel base, go in with a layer of gel top coat, cure for 60 seconds, then go in with your filing and buffing. But since everything was just like very full coverage, I did not have like any major bulk I needed to reduce, and I did not have like any areas that I really needed to focus on. I just needed to buff ever so slightly and just ever gently reshape. I felt confident with that layer of the just gel base that was cured only. So we're just finishing up the filing and buffing. I did the rest of the filing and buffing off camera, and now it's time to dive into the decals. So the decals, we're going to be pulling in 2 sheets here. I like the color schemes. It kind of has pulling in like those light pinks, the teals, plus we're going to be doing some kind of like fun kind of layering effect with those doilies on the ombre nail. So what I'm doing right now is I'm applying a layer of transfer foil glue on that entire nail, and you do need to cure it for 60 seconds. That transfer foil glue is going to give that nail an extreme tacky surface, so it's really going to help that decal adhere to the nail and kind of lay very, very flat with pretty much little to no effort at all. It's just a great tool to have in your arsenal when you're playing not only with transfer foils but decals or nail stickers. It's just going to give you that extra barrier of stickiness that you want when you really want that decal or that nail sticker to lay super flat. That decal was hanging out in the water for about 10 to 15 seconds, and now I'm just making sure that decal is completely dry before I go ahead and apply it to the nail. This is a very important step if you are working with that transfer foil glue, because you do not want any water barrier in between the transfer foil glue layer and that decal, because then it's not going to adhere exactly flat to the nail. You're going to have like a little water air bubble, or you're going to have like little areas where it's going to look a little bit cloudy. So the key is when you are working with transfer foil glue and you're working with decals is just to make sure that that decal is laying super flat. So I used a jelly stamper to kind of line up where I wanted that decal. I was not happy with that placement, so I went ahead and just carefully removed that decal. Now I will say you can easily rip a decal, especially when you are slowly pulling it off that extreme tacky layer of that transfer foil glue. If you happen to accidentally rip your decal, go ahead and take a little bit of acetone on a lint-free wipe and then just gently remove that decal that was still on that nail, and then go in with another layer of transfer foil glue, cure for 60 seconds, and then start with a new decal. All right, so now I'm taking a silicone tool and I am really just working that decal into the nail here, and it is becoming completely flat to the nail. I really like this method with the transfer foil glue. If you're not comfortable playing with transfer foil glue, you can apply the decal any way you want. You could also do a layer of gel base on the nail that's cured, because that's going to have a slight tacky layer as well. Then go ahead and place your decal on the nail. There's tons of different ways. I have many different ways that I apply decals on my channel as well, so just keep that in mind. All right, so then to seal in that decal, I did a layer of gel base on the nail, and I went ahead and cured it for a full 30 seconds. I like to do the layer of gel base right away on the nails because I want that decal to just not lift up at all. I want it to completely stay in place. So that is why I always go ahead and seal it in with a layer of gel base and cure. So you can see here, to save some time, because we did a lot of decals on this nail, I went ahead and just started applying the decals to the nail here. And then I went ahead right away and just cured it with a gel base. So right now, this nail right here is so fun. I decided to just use the heads of the Golden Girls, and there was writing underneath these decals, but I wanted to show you a different way to kind of make it your mani, kind of like twist it up to create like a different side of these decals that you can cut out the decal however you want. So that's what I did. I cut it without the writing, and it's just like a different way to customize the decals to how you want it on your mani. So get creative and just use the elements that are provided for you and just like make your own twist on it. It is just so fun. And I really like the Golden Girl silhouettes right here, how we are just kind of like layering them on the nail. It's really fun, and I feel like it was a great accent nail, but there really was no rhyme or reason, to be honest with you, on how I placed these decals or kind of like what nail went on what. I really wanted to pull in as many elements from those two sheets on this one mani so you could kind of see different ways and how these decals kind of were showing up on these colors. These silhouettes right here on top of this beautiful purple is really just shining through. But overall, just like a fun theme pack in general, and I really hope you enjoyed seeing these colors and decals in action. Then to finish up the mani today, we are done with the decals. We're just going to do a layer of gel top coat, cure for a full 60 seconds, and then we're going to finish up the rest of the nails off camera, and here's what we're working with. So you can see here we pulled in those beautiful like tea party sets. We have like those beautiful Victorian flowers. Now if I did a white background, those flowers in teacups would be even shining even more. I really like the doilies on the ombre. It's giving it more of like a watercolor effect. Overall, really fun. Again, this is just for you to see different decals in action and different ways to utilize them and to see all the elements in this bag together. This is kind of like a hodgepodge Golden Girls kind of style mani right here, but I love it so much. So everything that we did use in today's video can be found in that description box below. You can still sign up for this monthly exclusive. You can sign up all the way to the end of the month, and you can get this bag just by itself if you want it like a one-time thing. You can sign up for a discounted price to get the bag each month. There's also a skip option. So if you are seeing the sneak peeks and you're like, you know what, that's probably not going to be the bundle for me, there is an option that you can skip that month as well. So super fun. So I hope you enjoyed this Golden Girls mani. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you all in the next one.